new package from JPfans has arrived. What's in it? Stay tuned to find out. Hello and welcome back to watching Josh buy toys on JPfans. Today we are going to look for some toys and then we're going to show you the process and we are going to get the packages and check out what I bought. I also want to mention that JPfans has a new merchant, Suragaya, which I've never used, and they have Mini, which I've never used. So I don't know what kind of items those companies have. There's also a Discord that you can participate in. And here it is, the actual package. It has arrived. And it's a much smaller package than before. The items I got this time were a bit smaller. Mecha Godzilla. Love me some Mecha Godzilla. Let's see what we got. This is a new line, Godzillaburst. And I like here that we're seeing a zoom, which is really cool. And there is a Hedorah in this line. So I can probably, and a Mecha Godzilla, okay. I could really get the whole line of these. Violante, Mecha Godzilla, Mothra Larva, Kamakuras. These are kind of cool. I think I like that, but let's put that aside and see what else I can find here. So this is a clear Mecha Godzilla. I like the zoom feature. That's a nice thing. Ah, come on. And I still don't have that one. All right, not available. Yeah, not available. Block Robo Buster type B. So this is like a China knockoff thing. I don't want that. All right. What kind of shape are we in? Lux is okay. Little tear on the top. Only one fist. Nope. There we go. This is the new Hover Pilder that will dock with the Jumbo Machinder in the head. That's a cool one. That might be the way to go. Okay, here are the items I have settled on. So I'm going to add the Popynica. I am going to buy this. And that should be it. So both of those items are in. And I'm going to look at my account. Great. Those are my items. Select those and submit. Easy peasy. There's some of the notifications you get when you order something. In this case, you can see I ordered a set of Godzilla toys for $50 and a new used unopened Popynica Super Alloy for $91. You get a number of emails during this process. You also, it tells you here that your items have arrived in the warehouse. In this case, this one. You can go and check your item, or when you're ready, they can package it for you. Here's the thing that I got. It was a support ticket, which was maybe 5 or 6 days afterwards, basically saying the delivery time of the goods would be delayed due to the merchant's work arrangement. Would you like to accept? So if you say nothing, they're going to say you're going to wait. If you reply that I don't want to wait, they can cancel it. But again, this is kind of an interesting example of the support that you get. They proactively let you know that, hey, there's going to be a little delay. They tell you why there was going to be a delay and just confirming that you still want the item. And here's the, like I replied, go for it. And it says, you're welcome. You wait patiently. Thanks for understanding. They wish me a good day. My second item stored in a warehouse. And of course, you can view your parcel. Now, this is an interesting thing that I noticed. So this was what the order looked like when what I thought I was getting. And that's, these items here. And then sort of some stock photography along the bottom. So I thought all of these items were in the package. When I get my order and they do the warehouse bit, you can see here clearly they are not part of the package. And I want you to pay attention to something here, to this little tail where it's intact here, not necessarily the way it arrived. So I emailed them and I said, hey, can you ask the seller why are they loose and not carded? And they were able to message the seller and say, like, it's in the description. That's the way it was. And it said it in there. And you confirm that that's what you want or not. And I said it was fine. And they sent it over. That is all fine. I like how they let me know. They answered my question very quickly. And I was able to move forward on it. And it was just really fantastic. So, and here it is, the actual package. It has arrived. And it's a much smaller package than before. The items I got this time were a bit smaller. This is how it comes right to you. You get a shipping label that, it goes from Japan to the warehouse in the US, and then from the U.S. warehouse to you via, I think, a different courier than the USPS. I'm actually not even sure how this got here. It got here, and it got here pretty good. You know, there's a little dent in the package there, but that can't be helped. I also want to note that I didn't pay any tariffs this time. And here's why. With eCMS, the customs are sorted out before you get your package delivered. So what's great about this tool is you can compare shipping costs, if there's any surcharges or anything like that, service fees, and it's all right there calculated before it gets to your house. So by the time you get it, you don't have to pay any additional fees. Let's open these up. Please be careful when using your own knives. Can't be responsible for that. All right, so we have a couple of interesting items in here. The first one is the reissue. Well, first of all, this is a bag. JPfans bags everything. What this is the reissue of the Popynica Hover Pilder from Popy that initially was designed to dock into the head of Mazinger Z Jumbo Machinder, but it never really did. So what they're doing now is they made one that is compatible with the reissue Jumbo Machinder, which I have. And we will look at this in a little bit. This is a wonderful thing. It's actually kind of a little expensive for what you get, I think. But with the yen to dollar exchange rate, it's not too bad. But I like, there's some neat touches here. One is there's a Tamashii Nations stick, Tamashii Nations quality, and it's like a silver sticker. And then you have dynamic planning. I'm in the corner. And look, the old Popy boxes had like stickers all over the place. And also had like a dude's face back here telling you like school things like, you know, don't cross the road without an adult or whatever. Do your homework. And the second thing I got, we talked about earlier, is all of these Kaiju figures. You know, if you're not sure, ask, because you could not understand something. I did not ask before I bid on these things. I got what I got. Now, that's not to say they're not awesome, which they are. So we have a bunch of little figures. You have Biolante, you got a Mothra larva, and I forget, it was like Kamacuras, and then Godzilla, and Anguirus. Okay, Anguirus, he's a fun guy. And they're kind of like the equivalent of like trading figures, but package, but they also have like action figure-like articulation. So fun little line here. We will go into more of that as well. There's a Hedorah, which, I mean, you have to get Hedorah. You know how much we love Hedorah. And there's little parts here. There should be a tail for Hedorah in here somewhere. Yeah, it's just very cool. And oh, here's Hedorah's tail. And again, they feel like somewhere in the middle of action figure and Gashapon. These are sold on the card. And like these are basically like Star Wars sized figures, but you have a little more articulation than maybe you would before. And they are very cool. The Gigan. Oh, Gigan is awesome looking. Thank you to JPfans for all of this. You know, you order online. You can make a little package with all your orders. You pay through their interface. They ship it to you. They inspect it. They ship it to you. And you get all of this cool stuff. So this Godzillaburst line is an interesting one. Apparently, there has been 7 waves, like something ridiculous like that. Just so many of them. I thought I was getting the full line, but apparently this is a mishmash of different series in one shipment. I didn't do my research. I just saw this and thought, wow, this is cool. I'm going to get the whole first wave. 1, I did not even know that there was more than one first wave. There are 7 waves. 2, a lot of these are from different waves. So each of these run about 990 yen to 1100 yen, depending on how many accessories they have in the series. Most of these are from series 1. These 2 are not. So all of these are from season 1, series 1. Mechagodzilla is from 5, or wave 5. It's Mechagodzilla. Rodan and Maser Cannon is from wave 6. All the other ones here are from wave 1, and again there are a lot of waves already. I think like some of these are worth $10 a piece, but again, they do feel a little Gashapon-y at times, but just like almost like advanced Gashapon. So I guess if you were at a Gashapon machine, or at, you know, in America or at the mall, and they had like capsule figures, that just might be what they cost. Here's another thing that I want to say about this is that this is broke. It wasn't broken when I ordered it, and it broke somewhere in the packaging from here to there. But I don't think it is JPfans' fault. It is just a very fragile thing. The way that the seller packaged it was probably what happened to it. So I'm probably going to just glue this back on. I'm not going to do a thing about it. But if you do have a problem with your order, like, JPfans will sort it out. But that is the point of the photos that they give you when the items arrive from the warehouse. One thing I just learned about is that under value-added services, when you're checking out, you can choose this thing called Pearl Cotton. And what that will do is they will carefully bubble wrap each item in your order to give it better handling. Why it's called Pearl Cotton, I have no idea. But that's what that is. So if you find something that you think looks fragile or might be fragile, use that option and get your stuff with an extra level of protection, because all they're doing is making sure it arrived to their warehouse fine. But if you want it to, if there's something fragile that's going overseas, it might be helpful to have that extra layer of protection around your item. But overall, these are really cool figures. Anguirus has a really nice tactile feel. So there's a lot of anniversaries happening now there are a lot of anniversaries right now for classic Super Robot shows. What Bandai has been doing is kind of reissuing some of the classic die-casts and jumbo machinders. But they are improving them slightly, but not in a way that like kind of ruins them. They really just are modernizing them in a way that still pays tribute to the original, but kind of do things in some cases like things that you wish the original did but didn't. And this is one of those scenarios. In here we have a little bit of instructions. There's not a lot going on here. You can, I don't know, let's open it up. The rubber tab keeps the point of the Pilder from stabbing you or going through the box. We will do a more thorough review analyzing what some of the deep differences between this and the original. Here's that little clear tube. Here is the Pilder. Here is a little metal piece, which I believe is going to be what is going to enable us to dock with the, oh yeah, that's exactly what it is, a little spacer there. And there are some instructions here and stickers. So you can put some stickers on the back. So it's largely metal, quite heavy for its size. Definitely very clearly a not original version, so I don't think there's any risk of confusing it with its original cousin. These go down, and there are little fan blades that move in the engines here. You can see here a little magnetic point, and then the window for Koji Kabuto opens up, and then it actually rolls around like little classic Popynica vehicles did. And then there is this little piece here that, again, will serve as the bridge between this and Mazinger Z. We should take a look at that, because that's really the selling point here. Is it's cool, but what makes it even cooler is dropping it onto the Jumbo Machinder. So here we have the Jumbo Machinder Mazinger Z reissue. It's a little dusty, you'll forgive me. But you can see here in the head it comes with a very basic, like the original toy did. It just came with this little hollow thing, but inside here there's a metal plate that we'll use for the magnet. You can see the little disc for the magnet up there. And then we just take the new one and put it right in there. How cool is that? It fits perfectly. I will say this though, it's not a super strong connection in that you can just lift it off with the magnet. Nothing sort of clips in, which is okay. I mean, it's fine. But notice mine too, and I don't know if which thing is out of line, but it's not quite, doesn't stay straight. See, the magnet wants to pull it in. However, if you reverse the magnet plate, which actually sticks to that, it actually sits a little more regular. So I think that's just really an awesome thing that they've done, making that work with the reissue Jumbo Machinder, just kind of fulfilling the promise of what it should have been back in the 70s. So this could all be yours. Well, not this stuff in particular, but fun toys from Japan, all yours if you go to jpfans.com. And you can place your order, pay for it, and it just shows up. No muss, no fuss, no learning Japanese, no dealing with customs, no exorbitant shipping costs, because you can bundle them all together into one package. The convenience is fantastic as someone who likes to buy things straight from their source and not pay middleman markups or, again, really high shipping costs. So thank you again to jpfans.com. Be sure to click the link in the description to get a shipping discount, and it helps us and the channel, and it helps them grow their business. It's a win-win. It's Josh from CollectionDX. Thanks for watching. We'll do more in-depth reviews of these things on their own, but I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about what came in this package and some lessons learned through it. Thanks for watching.